Everyone, I'm back again with my HRV lecture series. Before beginning, let me just give a brief introduction. My name is Rashmi Mangla. I'm working as an assistant professor for the BBA department of St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. This is our 11th lecture of HRV. We were doing the topic of disadvantaged groups. Now, we had already covered the 4 groups. Today we'll be covering physically and mentally handicapped and refugees and IDPs. Now, the groups that we've already covered, they were women, children, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, homeless and slum dwellers. These groups we had already covered in our previous lectures. The 2 which I told you will be covering them today. Alright, so let's begin with the first one, that is physically and mentally handicapped. Now, physically and mentally handicapped people, they are the ones who are the people who are disabled. Maybe they are unable to do certain things because of some physical problem, or maybe because of some ill mental condition. So let's see in detail. Physically and mentally handicapped persons are called as disabled. It is a physical or mental condition that limits a person's movement, senses or activities. As I told you, they are unable to do certain things. So maybe their movement is restricted, their senses are restricted, or some activities are restricted due to some physical or mental condition. Now, they can include impairments like problem of body function and or structure. They can be activity limitations like difficulty encountered by an individual in executing a task while doing something, or participatory restrictions like problems faced in numerous life situations. So they can be of any of the types. And this disability, why is it mainly caused? It is mainly caused due to poor nutrition, due to lack of access to clean water, due to unhealthy and dangerous working conditions. At times it is mainly cause of these reasons, and the major reason behind all these factors is poverty. That is the major reason which is there. Now, and not only this, government has also enacted various laws to provide some of the relief to some of the disabled and unemployable people, like some laws which have been passed are the Indian Lunacy Act 1912, the Lepers Act 1899, the Person with Disability Act 1995, Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992, and Mental Health Act 1987. So these are some of the acts which are there in the Constitution of India in order to provide some relief to the disabled people. Now, there are a lot of problems that these disabled people face, or a lot of rights are deprived for these disabled. Let's see them one by one. The first deprivation of right, or the first problem which they face, is access. Accessibility, it is a very base of realization and enjoyment of any right. And access does not only mean a physical access, but accessibility to quality education, accessibility to information, to entertainment and technology. So they don't get complete access to these things because of their disabilities. So that is where they get deprived of their rights. Secondly, they face the problem of employment. Now, they are at mercy of government and society, which have a careless attitude towards them. A lot of people who are disabled, they are at mercy of the government, and they have a lot of, they have a carefree attitude for them. Like Disability Act 1995, it provides 3% reservation in all category of job in government sector. So this 3%, it is a very small number if we consider. So a lot of careless attitude is taken for them. Then education. Now in India, education to the disabled is not provided as part of the main schools. Under the main schools, they are not provided education, but through other isolated special schools only, which operate on a service or charity mode. Those are the schools who are providing the education to such disabled people, and they are very less in number. Like there are only around 3,000 special schools in India at present, and out of these, somewhat around 900 are for the hearing impaired, 400 for the visual impairment, 700 for locomotor disabilities, and 1000 for mentally disabled. So the number is quite less, and education is not accessible to all of them. Then lack of proper rehabilitation care. Now this care can be in various ways. Like they can be vocational rehabilitation, like preparing them for the jobs, educational services, home support or child services like help them in growing. So there is a lot of lack of such kind of services. And such programs they are not very easily available. Then last is attitudinal problems. The general public, many of them, they do not accept such people, they do not respect them. Only a few of them are there who give respect to them, who are ready to accept them as normal people. But general public doesn't accept. So they relate disabled with their disability and not ability. Such behavior violates, such kind of behavior, it is violating which right of the people? Can you identify which right? It is violating the right to live with dignity, because they are not treated equally, they are not accepted in the society, so their dignity is somewhere or the other lost. These are the problems that are faced by the disabled people. Now we come to the last group, last disadvantaged group, that is refugees and internally displaced persons, which we also call as IDP. Now refugee means person who migrate from home country to another country to seek temporary shelter due to adverse events like famine, food scarcity, maltreatment, religious intolerance or any other reason. So all the people who have left their home country and who have come to another country to seek shelter, they are called refugees. Then, and such people who come as refugees, they are not even able to exercise all the human rights which are guaranteed in their own country or in foreign country where they are residing. They don't get complete rights. Then second is internally displaced persons or IDP. Now IDP means people who are forced to leave their home and place of residence due to adverse conditions that take place in their habitual dwelling. They are forced to leave their homes. And these people, they migrate to other places within the borders of own country. They live in the same country, but they are moving to different places, but away from their actual habitual place of residence. And the causes can be many, like there can be violence, disaster, armed conflicts, etc. There can be any reasons for the displacement of such people. Then now major difference, if we talk about in refugees, they are shifting from their own country to some other country, whereas in the case of IDP, they are moving within the same country from one place to, that is from their place of residence to any other place, but within the borders of the same country. That is the difference. Now let's see some of the legal protections that are provided to refugees and internally displaced persons. Now first we'll talk about the protection that has been provided to refugees. Now to refugees, first of all, in Article 21, it gives us the right to life and personal liberty. Article 22, subclause 1, subclause 2 and 25, subclause 1. The rules of natural justice and law system are equally acceptable to all. And in the absence of the laws, that is all existing Indian laws like the Criminal Procedure Code, the Indian Penal Code or the Evidence Act also, etc. Like all these acts, they apply to refugees as well in the absence of any of the laws. Then, and refugees, they can also appeal to the High Court and to Supreme Court on violation of human rights. In case their rights are violated, they can apply in the courts. Then, let's see the legal protection that is provided to internally displaced persons, that is IDPs. Now, under Article 21, they get right to life. Article 29 gives them the right to preserve the cultural identity of any citizen or group of citizens from government encroachment. They have the right to preserve their cultural identity. Article 39 gives them the right to an adequate means of livelihood. They have a fit enough means of livelihood. And Article 41 gives them the right to work and education and to public assistance in case of unemployment. In case they are unemployed, so they have the right to get public assistance also, and they have the right to get educated, and they have the right to get work also. So these are the legal protections that are provided to internally displaced persons. Now, both of these groups, they also face a lot of problems. Their rights are also violated. So let's see the problems that they face. First one is issue of security and protection. These people at times they have to live in camps also, because they are leaving their places. They do not have any other place to live. So when they are in camps, there are various security issues that arise, like theft, murder, rape, torture, etc. There can be many things. And these people, they have to face discrimination in the society, which again violates their right to equality as well. Then secondly, deprivation of right to adequate standard of living. They are not given a proper place to live in. They do not have a proper place to live in. Shelter, food, water, sanitization, clothing and medical care facilities are only provided by the government, and they are not that suitable for healthy living of the people. They are not of very good standard, so they do not have a proper standard of living. That right is deprived of them. Then deprivation of right to employment. When people get displaced, from one place to another, or from their original resident place, it becomes very difficult for them to earn livelihood in a new place. If you go to a new place, you will take time to settle down. Easily you will not get the work, you will not be able to find a place for you to live in. So similarly, it gets difficult for them also. And it should be a responsibility of the government to provide them employment or earn their livelihood for them and their families. Last one is deprivation of right to education. In many cases, to face the challenge of displacement and economic setback, children are involved in one or the other kind of occupations, and their right to education is restricted because they are not allowed to study. Their whole growth and development gets restricted because of the deprivation of such this right. So these are some of the problems that refugees and internally displaced persons face. With this, we are done with the concept, children, and also our unit 2 comes to an end. Let's see the questions based on today's concept. How are physically and mentally handicapped deprived? What kind of legal protection refugees and internally displaced persons are having? What are the problems faced by refugees and IDP, that is internally displaced persons? Stay tuned for the upcoming lectures. Thank you.